Hi Virgo, welcome to the channel. My name is Sarah. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to find out what Spirit wants to say to you for the week of April 6th to the 12th, 2025. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so take only what resonates, leave out what does not. If you are interested in having a personal reading done by me, the information on how to obtain that is in the description box below this video. All right, Virgo. Let's see here. What does Spirit want to say? What does Virgo need to know right now? Spirit. What is Virgo? What is in Virgo's energy that Virgo needs to be aware of in the present moment? We've got the Nine of Swords. All right, so that is Jupiter in Gemini. It looks like there's something in your energy that's it's probably causing you some sort of anxiety. It may have to do with a lack mentality here. You may be feeling regretful about something. I'm seeing potentially a lack mentality, or maybe you have ostracized somebody, or somebody has ostracized you. We've got the Five of Pentacles here. It does look like there's no action being taken here, is what I'm getting here. There's no action. Definitely not with the Knight of Wands to the Eight of Wands in reverse. I'm getting that there may have been some sort of oppressive energy that you've been dealing with here. And here's the thing, is that there's some sort of oppressive energy that's in your energy. So I don't know if this is you or somebody who you've been dealing with, but it looks like there is some level of guilt here that's being experienced by somebody, whether that's you or somebody else. And it may be due to it may have to do with ostracism. Like somebody is not talking to somebody else, and it doesn't look like anybody's changing anything here. And whoever it is that has decided to withdraw their energy feels like whatever it is that they've done is being done for the greater good. Like they feel like they're totally in the right and fair here with the Justice in the upright here. Can we get more on the Nine of Swords to the Five of Pentacles, please, for Virgo? All right. This is, okay, so whatever it is that you're going through right now, Virgo, is a very this is the Mountain card right now it's like my boss card. It's like the boss of the video game. You have to beat the boss in order to get to the next level. Whatever it is that you're going through right now is going to allow you to boss up in a way. It is a hurdle you're meant to have to overcome in this life. This whatever this is has to do with communication. Whatever it is that you are meant to overcome here may have to do with actually taking action towards communicating with somebody, okay? Whether it's you or somebody else taking action. And I'm seeing main female here, so it may be the main female who has to be communicated with, or this may be the main female that needs to initiate this and facilitate this happening. All right. So, what is it that led to this? What led to this, Spirit? What led to this energy for Virgo? We've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. So, and we've got the Queen of Swords. So I've got that there's been some sort, okay, so what I'm getting here is that there's potentially somebody who's very upset and angry. But what I'm also getting here is that there's kind of this, potentially there's this not so confident energy here. I'm getting that there's been some sort of energy that you've possibly been dealing with that, or in the past, was not in its most confident state. Almost like like the Queen of Wands in reverse represents the opposite of the Queen of Wands, which the Queen of Wands is an energy of confidence and self-assurance and has the ability to lead. And I'm not getting that from the energy. The energy that I'm seeing here is an energy of extreme insecurity. And as a result of there having been extreme insecurity, there may have been some sort of boundary that had to be, somebody may have just decided to cut somebody out as a result of that energy. What I'm getting here is that there's somebody there does what I'm getting is that somebody actually did cut somebody out. There was some sort of really difficult situation here with the Ten of Wands. I'm getting that there was burden, there was suffering, and this may have been in a committed relationship. So but I am getting that there was some level of deep insecurity, no confidence, and somebody ended up, and whatever this was, and I don't know if maybe Virgo, you were experiencing this in your relationship, and it could have been because you were feeling oppressed and mistreated. And so that was the effect it had on you. And so you felt like you had to cut this connection out. And so now you're in this state of feeling almost anxious or regretful that there's been some sort of like almost like you're regretting withdrawing your energy. Either that or this is the effect that, or you were connected to somebody who was in that energy. Can we get more on the Queen of Wands in reverse to the Queen of Swords? Yeah, so what I've got here is that you were in a committed relationship with this energy. So either this energy was what was affecting you while in a committed relationship, or you were connected to somebody who was in this really unconfident energy. The Queen of Wands in reverse can also be an energy of somebody who seeks validation through really unhealthy attention. Okay. So now I'm getting that it's the main female. So if you are a masculine watching this may have been a feminine in your life. And if you're the feminine watching this was possibly you. It is showing up as queen energy in the past, and now we're seeing the main female here coming out. But it does look like whatever it is that and it's showing up as a feminine. It doesn't have to be, but whoever this is moved on to something that looks like it was better luck for them. Or maybe they thought that this was going to be good luck. What is the future here for this connection? What is the future here? We've got the Queen of Cups. I've got that you're in, okay, so the Queen of Cups is in the upright here. So this is a very compassionate, forgiving, and loving energy. So it does look in Virgo that in the future you're going to be in this energy. I don't know that you're really there quite yet. It's showing up that there's this anxiety that you're dealing with right now, and it's going to be a big hurdle to overcome. It doesn't look like there's been any action taken, but it does look like, the Knight of Wands in reverse I see as a non-actionary card, but what I am also seeing here is the Knight of Wands is also in the upright, a very unpredictable kind of a player energy. So there may be something to do with dropping that energy may have been in existence at some point. Maybe there's going to be a dropping of that energy. I am getting, there's something, no, I'm still seeing. There's something to do with, There's something about being defenseless against something to do with a burden. Like, I'm getting almost like there's something burdensome potentially coming towards you. And I don't know if it has something to do with this connection, but there's something burdensome coming towards you, and it's going to catch you off guard. Like, you're almost like defenseless here, and there may be a difficult decision for you ahead, and Spirit is saying that you might decide to make the wrong decision, and it almost looks like it's coming from a place of genuine love and compassion. Like, I'm getting here, especially in this with this mountain showing up, that you're feeling guilty about something, and I don't know that it's rooted in anything real or like, I don't know that you have a reason to really feel guilty about anything. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. It does look like there's some sort of hurdle here, and it does look like there's something that you're going to potentially do in the future that's going to cause you burden, and it's going to be because you are following your heart. Like, you're actually doing it from the goodness of your heart. Okay, and whatever this is rooted in stability and structure. This is, okay, so this may have something to do with a child. But sometimes when the child comes in, it could have something to do with something new. So what Spirit is trying to say to you is that there's something about the past that is potentially going to get repeated in the future. Okay? There's something that you may not have come to terms with, or this could be something from your past returning again. I'm just getting that whatever it is going to potentially cause you burden and suffering again. It does look like this is potentially something that's going to bring you happiness and luck as well. What is the obstacle here for Virgo? What is the obstacle here? What is the obstacle here? We've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse wanted to come out as well, so I'm going to take it. And the Ten of Wands. There is something to do with a burden. There's a heavy burden that you've been carrying, that it's showing up even in your future. There's something to do with something burdensome. I'm getting very strongly here that there's something that has come to a stop. There's something that happened here. There's something that you're not taking action on, and somebody else isn't taking action on it either. It has something to do with a connection, but it does look like when communication does come in, there's going to be an alleviation or something to do with getting over a betrayal or a painful ending of some sort, and actually restoring relational integrity with somebody, and potentially returning to something that you had walked away from. Okay, you may be returning to something that you had walked away from. The problem here is that it's still showing up, that it's a burden. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that there's something from the past. So whether this is something, this just could be a new person coming in the future that's going to teach you something that you may have already learned in the past. That's going to, it's almost like you're potentially in a cycle. And either somebody from your past is coming in to repeat a cycle with you that you're already going through right now, or there's somebody coming in your future that's new, where you're going to potentially repeat a cycle with them that's caused you a lot of burden. Okay. Can we get more on the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Wands. It was this one. The moon. So this is representative of it has, okay, so this is in the Lenormand deck, so this isn't the same as the moon that's in the tarot. This moon is more it still represents intuition. So you may want to follow your intuition. It also represents romance. And it looks like whatever this has to do with, it is potentially romance for a lot of you. May be a gift or a wish come true for you, and it's coming in time. Okay, so something that you're not taking action on right now, it could be it could be that connection, or it could be something completely new. With the child here, it could definitely be something new, but the child also can represent the same as what the Six of Cups is in the tarot, which is childhood or nostalgia or past, your past. So it could be your past coming back too. All right, what is the advice here for Virgo? What is the advice for Virgo? Your advice, Virgo, is to be confident. Confident, there's something to do with being a confident leader type. What I'm also getting here is that this energy could be coming in for you in the future, okay? There could be something you're very, very attracted to and you want to have a connection with, and it's whoever this is coming in for you in the future. This could be a new person, or this could be somebody you already know. Oh yeah, we've got romance here. There's something coming in the future, and I don't, that's it. That's your cycle. There's something to do with passion there's something that you're meant to learn about romance and passion here that may not be as emotionally fulfilling for you as you may have thought it is. Okay, and so you are repeating a bad cycle with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's what I was seeing here. And so your challenge with the Mountain here may have something to do with establishing real confidence here with the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. And the King of Wands in the upright too, very confident, real, an energy that truly understands itself, and can stand on. This is also a card of independence too. So there's something to be understood, I think, about romance and passion and the detriments that it has on your overall emotional well-being. It may have something to do with actual codependency. So the challenge could be to take things a little more slowly than you have in the past, if this resonates with you. Can we get the King of Wands to the Three of Wands, please, with the Lenormand and Kipper? Sudden wealth. You may actually feel, you actually come into this true feeling of actual confidence here. You may actually experience a sudden, and wealth doesn't necessarily mean materially, but usually if you're fulfilled on one level, you're going to feel it on every level. Emotion, material, intellectual, all of it. Sudden wealth is what shows up. Could be a marriage. It could actually lead to marriage for you, Virgo, but it does look like there's something that needs to be overcome here with that Mountain card, and it has something to do with understanding something about passion. There may be something unexpected coming in, unexpected income. Could have to do with real wealth here. So that shows up. We've got sudden wealth and unexpected income plus marriage. You may end up married to somebody. This could be the connection we started out talking about, or it's somebody new, because we were talking about something general. There's something you're going through right now, and it has to do with feeling guilt about something to do with it looks like almost like you're ostracizing or have been ostracized by somebody. And it looks like whatever this is potentially making a comeback to your life. And I saw that before I had even seen that Wheel of Fortune in reverse down here. There's an energy from your past that's coming back. So whether it's the same person or if it's coming in as a different person, but has the same intentions. And there's a potential that if you slip up and make the wrong decision, and we saw that Two of Swords in reverse in your obstacle here, if you make the wrong decision here, this can really affect you adversely in the terms of potentially causing a lot of burden and suffering in your life, which you have already experienced is what it looks like, because it looks like it may be due to a lack of confidence for you. So what Spirit is saying is that you need to try and potentially get into your most confident state. And sometimes in order for us to get into that confident state, we will get that proverbial kick in the rear end by the universe to get us to adjust ourselves to that standard. But it looks like once you get to that state, and it looks like it's in the future, you have something coming in for you it's going to bring sudden, like it's showing up as sudden wealth, marriage, and then it showed up as unexpected income. So there's something that you haven't experienced yet in your life. And it may be due to lack mentality as well. So there's always that as well. That is coming in once you get into that really confident energy. All right, so what is the outcome here for Virgo? What is the outcome for Virgo? Okay, so there's a potential that you may be making a poor judgment on something, or you're not answering the call to something. Here, okay, so what I've got here is that there's a potential that you're not going to come into this energy. And the reason why I'm saying this is I've had so many people comment on my videos and say more about the future. Why are you always talking about the present and the past? Because that's what we already know to be true. We don't know the future. The future isn't written. This is the potential outcome based on current energies. Okay. So what's showing up is that if you want to have what it is that you know that you want in this life, and that's what is showing up here, there's something that needs to change. And we're getting that there's going to be something that's going to happen in the future that's potentially going to cause you to have to adjust yourself. And sometimes, like I said, that's coming in the form of that proverbial kick in the rear end. But right now, it looks like you're going to move in a direction where you're not really answering your call right now, and you're going to be moving towards what is not emotionally fulfilling for you. And we've got this oppressive energy here, and it's almost like I'm getting that there's some sort of karmic justice that is involved in this right now because of there being some sort of lack of confidence for you. But I'm getting that that's it. There's some sort of difficult decision. That's what was showing up in your obstacle. And Spirit was showing me that when I see that Two of Swords in reverse, I see it as somebody who had a difficult decision and made the wrong decision. And Spirit is telling me that there's a possibility that you are going to surrender to a decision that may not be in your best interests in the future. All right, can we get a little bit more on the Judgment in reverse to the Ten of Cups in reverse? The Judgment in reverse to the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's showing up that something may be coming to an end, though, in time. That's what's showing up. So whatever it is that you may be holding on to something right now, and it may be this connection that's causing you strife. it's going to come to an end at some point. So what I'm seeing here is whatever it is that you're disconnecting from right now, and it may be coming back in, it's going to eventually come to an end. And what I've got here is that whatever you're going through in this connection is going to cause you, it's meant to catapult you to a new level in your life. That's why the Boss card is here. And that's what's supposed, why you're so, it's supposed to help you to come into this more confident version of yourself. So in time, so what Spirit is saying is that you might want to look a little closely with the magnifying glass. You might want to take a little closer look at your situation before completely moving forward on it. All right, Spirit, is there anything else you want to convey to Virgo on this situation before we close out? The Empress in reverse. So what I'm getting here, Virgo, is that I am going to say she is my infidelity card when she's in reverse. I'm not saying that's necessarily what you're dealing with, though, because I'm not seeing it show up anywhere else here. So I am going to say that what I'm seeing here, though, is that whatever it is that you want to accomplish in your life, and it looks like it has something to do with trying to achieve some level of emotional fulfillment here, it doesn't look like this current connection is getting you there. Whatever it is that you're involved with right now, if this resonates, like if this doesn't resonate, please don't make it fit, because there's some sort of, I'm getting that there's a potential deception going on here. This feeling of needing to, oh no, there's something to do with dropping a grudge, but I am getting, yeah, we're getting a broken home here, and the Fool in reverse too, and the King of Pentacles. So the Fool in reverse, you know what that tells me? Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that Spirit is trying to say that whatever it is that you've gone through already, you may need that magnifying glass, take a closer look, because with that Fool in reverse, I always read that energy as there's something that you're potentially going to embark upon where you should be able to predict the consequences of your actions. You should be able to reasonably predict the consequences of your actions. And you may be walking in thinking that you're blind, but you're not as blind as you think you are. Because you may have already gone through something similar before, either with this person, and I'm thinking it is with the same person, or with somebody else. So just, keep your eyes peeled. Maybe take a closer look at your situation if this resonates at all. Can we get more on this? Yeah, there's something that you're going to possibly be anchored down in that's going to keep you trapped a little bit. And there's this message of concern. You may feel like you're privileged if you are in this connection, but I'm not getting it. There is some sort of concern here, okay, is what Spirit's saying. Or you're going to be concerned with your situation. So Virgo, if you have any questions about this reading or in general, you might want to ask them, because sometimes this deck here will give me a yes or a no. So is there anything we can say to Virgo before we close this out, Spirit, about this reading? No. So if you had a question, the answer is no. Anything else? Yes. We've got a no and a yes. Well, that's a little... So I guess for some of you it's no, and some of you it's yes. And if you had more than one question, the first question was no, and the second question was yes. Opportunity. There is a new opportunity. So I'm seeing no to whatever it is that you've been involved with that's potentially trying to keep you around. I don't know. And then yes to a new opportunity. Meditation brings answers. I do feel like there is something here that's going to help you. And it may be through that punishment that we often have to go through to get us to adjust ourselves. So Virgo, that is your reading for the week of April 6th to the 12th, 2025. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. If you are interested in a personal reading with me, the information on how to obtain that is in the description box below this video. And until I read you again, take care and bless.